Pacers and Thunder Thursday night from Oklahoma City as the NBA Finals tip. We are guaranteed a first title for the Pacers, first in Oklahoma for the Thunder. New blood on the biggest stage in sport. That's all you've been asking for, Steve.
Absolutely.
You're going to get it. On Wednesday, both sides addressed the challenge which the other presents.
They're very stubborn in their approach, and they kind of grind you with the way they play, and they wear you down. You don't get here without being a really good team on both ends, and they're that. We know that coming into the game. But yeah, they're very they know their identity and they stick to it no matter what.
It's one thing to understand what they're doing and one thing to understand what you need to do. It's quite another to execute it, and that's what makes them really hard to play against. I mean, they pump a 99-mile-an-hour fastball at you, and you can prepare all you want for that. But when you're in the batter's box, it's different when it's time to hit it. So it's going to be a very tall challenge.
This is the best challenge, and this is the best team in the NBA. It's been the best team in the NBA all year, and they're well coached. They just do everything so well. So there's no shortcuts to beating this team, and we know the odds are stacked against us, but it is what it is.
I don't think we expect anyone to pick us, and that's been like that the whole playoffs. It's been like that the whole season. So I think for us, nothing really changes. We just continue to be ourselves, focus on us, and it's always been us against everyone, so it doesn't change.
Chiney Ogwumike joins us in advance of the NBA Finals, where the odds makers just absolutely disrespecting and dismissing the Pacers. I appreciate this is an 80-win Thunder squad, all right? I saw them win a third of their playoff games by 30 or more. I understand all that. But this is the Pacers squad that made the conference finals last year. They've won 12 games too, and I think they could score it enough to make it interesting. There's got to be some kind of path for them to win. I'm interested in, first, why do you think they're being sort of as disrespected in the manner in which they are?
I think it's because they lean so heavily on offense. This is honestly one of the best offensive teams we've ever seen. The Pacers, they're actually third when it comes to history and offensive rating in the play-by-play era. But when you think about people sleeping on them, I feel like that's because they question their defense. They question if they'll have the fortitude to go up against what we've seen as probably one of the most suffocating defenses in the NBA. But I feel like Rick Carlisle always has something up his sleeve, so this matchup is probably going to be closer than most people expect.
I'm going to get to the coaching matchup in a minute. And I mean, I don't necessarily know if it's sleeping necessarily. Maybe I framed that poorly. I just think the odds makers want to make it a steep price if you want to bet on this Thunder team because they've been such a wagon. And they're led by the MVP, obviously, in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. You talk about a guy that's got a scoring title, an MVP, a chance to win the chip on top of it. That's rare air. And historically looking at this year, how do you frame it if he's able to get the O'Brien?
We are witnessing probably one of the greatest championship performances in a series from regular season to the postseason in NBA history. I don't say that lightly. He literally finished the regular season 32.7 points per game. Now, if he's able to win a title, that puts him in the company of Michael Jordan, of, Kareem. I was here when he won his MVP and it was presented to him. And you know what he reminded me of? Of Kobe, of Jordan. Those people that are stars, like those types of players, they just have the ability to be present. He is present. Like, everyone was going crazy for him when he won MVP on this floor, and he was just calm, meditating. That, to me, is a very, very scary sight. What he has done from an individual standpoint cannot be ignored. His production, his consistency, his winning ability, making his teammates better. SGA has been the quintessential example of a franchise star right here in OKC.
He has been spectacular. They've been spectacular. I'm going to get who you like to win the series in a moment, but I alluded to the idea of Daigneault against Carlisle. Tim Legler told me, Chiney, that when he visited with him this year, he was just blown away by his overall intellect. Not just the game, but just a brilliant guy. And then in Carlisle, you've got a guy that won a chip as a player and as a coach. He's done this. He's lived it. I think it's a fascinating matchup. Is there a specific adjustment that you want to see one make, or like strength on strength you already alluded to? What intrigues you about the coaching matchup?
Look, I don't like to cuss, right? We can't do that on these airways, but these guys have been coaching their off. They have been. And on one side, Coach Daigneault, I mean, it takes a lot of cojones. It takes a lot of fortitude to be able to say, hey, Alex Caruso, go out there and guard Nikola Jokic. Oh, yeah, go out there and stop Ant. They're bringing their specialists and giving them confidence. I actually spoke with Alex Caruso today, and he was just chill. He's like, this is what I do. I go out there, I play defense. That is my role. He has created stars in their roles on this team. Now, on the other side, Carlisle, oh my gosh. You know, Scott, at the end of quarters, we always talk about 2-for-1s, right? You want to shoot around maybe 35 seconds on the clock so that you get 2-for-1s. It feels like this Pacers team, it's a full game of 2-for-1s. So overall, this is definitely one of those chestnut checkers. And that's why I say, like, this series, honestly, is like the best of basketball. And that's because of the coaches. They've been coaching their off.
Yeah, it's late at night. I think you can say whatever you want those 2 syllables to be, but I'll defer. I'll defer to you. I'll defer to your decision not to. But I do want to know who you like to win this series. I respect the folks in Seattle enough to say I get that the franchises want them. We're going to leave them in Seattle. This would be a first in Oklahoma if they get it. Do you think they do?
I believe they bring the first in Oklahoma City here. So I believe that the Thunder will win, and I'm going to give it 6 games. A lot of people are saying 5. I really believe the Pacers, they're going to play well. They're going to play their system. It's going to be hard to win on this floor. They'll get one probably back home in Indy. So I've got the Thunder winning, getting a banner in 6 games.
I tend to agree with that. Look forward to being in the building and experiencing it firsthand. We're going to be traveling that way tomorrow. Look forward to seeing you there, Chiney. I appreciate you taking the time this evening.
Always.
NBA